Today, I have some good news and I have some bad news. All right? Because not everybody's going to make it. That's the truth. Some of you are going to grasp and understand what's coming, and I think some of you are just going to miss it completely. I'm going to give you the bad news first. All right? Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you the bad news first. So put on your big boy pants, grab a drink, and settle down. And for those of you who are new here, my name is Saint Wolf. It's an absolute pleasure to see you. I make content that can make you extremely wealthy, but I'm not your financial advisor, but I do think about you all the time. So you should like this video and subscribe to this channel and get ready. All right, the bad news. There is a paradigm shift coming for cryptocurrency. See, the world we've known since 2009, I bought Bitcoin in 2013. This world that's been running since then, these cycles, they're about to come to an end, okay? Just in the way that we know them and the way we see them. Okay, the cycles are always going to be there because Bitcoin is a 4-year cycle. But there's a paradigm shift coming. And what that means is that the way crypto is used and the way it's viewed to the planet is going to shift. All right. And there's definitely very smart people that have thought about this. But when you look at politics, geopolitics, AI, military, just demographic changes, everything that's about to shift, we're about to go along with that ride. And just think of it like this, like a chapter that we've all been familiar with is going to close. It's going to end. Okay. And to be honest, it's very clear in the charts. I can even show it to you. You can see Bitcoin's chart is going to come to an end soon. And a new cycle will begin, a new like a larger cycle, right? Like it is it's a macro cycle, right? So you've had all these little cycles, but you've also had this big cycle that's been, 15 years, 16 years, that's going to come to an end. All right. And if you understand this, you can quickly become part of the new shift that's coming. And without a doubt in my mind, the people who thought about PulseChain a long time ago because they're thinking about these changes way ahead of time. That's without a doubt. I think that dawned on me. You know, when I sacked and I've been also waiting 2 years with everybody else. I just thought we were waiting for another layer one that was just faster and cheaper, and it was going to be just cool. You know, it was going to be aligned with the paradigm that I've always known. Like, you know, you had Ethereum and Solana and Matic. I was in that last cycle, and we were going to make our own thing, and it was going to be just faster and cheaper and cool. But what dawned on me about November, December of 2023 was that wasn't the case. We were not going to get a layer one. We were going to get a whole new paradigm of crypto delivered. But because it's a new paradigm, you can't see it. It's in the same way that, you know, what was it? The famous Ford said, if I asked people what they wanted, they would have said a faster horse. I thought we just wanted a faster horse. But what he came up with was something that was a paradigm shift, was an automobile. And in that same way, it's really difficult to understand what was built and how these visionaries were thinking about it a long time ago. And I'm going to call them visionaries, okay? They're not just devs and crypto entrepreneurs. These people are visionaries that have created what we're holding right now that we don't see yet. We don't see the value. It was like, you know, when people were holding Tesla, you know, back, was it like 10 years ago? You know, and the rockets were just a discussion. It was like, okay, cool. Well, let's just go up, you know, please, so I can get my 30x or my 20x or whatever it is. And that's when you understand the paradigm shift that's about to happen, you'll realize how silly that line of thinking is. all right, that we're waiting for this pump. It's ridiculous, because when a paradigm shift happens, it's not going to be a pump. It's like an exponential growth. And then after that, we'll get a pump. But you'll be already like, your eyes will peel back. You'll just be like delirious on it, because it's hard to even comprehend when these shifts happen. Like, imagine the first people who saw the automobile and they were just like, what am I looking at? What is this thing? Where's the horse? Like, that's what's going to happen when PulseChain takes off, okay? And the reason is Atropa, okay? Underneath PulseChain is this whole entire network, community, city that I'm calling Wall Street. Atropa is the Wall Street of crypto, and it's being built right in front of our eyes, and we don't know it. We don't see it yet. It's hard to see it. It's hard to understand. When you have a paradigm shift, it's really impossible to grasp what's going on, all right? And that's okay, but it's not okay to just expect the crypto world we've known since 2009 to just carry on, and PulseChain's just going to be this little player in there and blah, blah, blah. No. That, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss where the opportunities are and how to look at PulseChain, all right? When you have a correct way to look at it, you can begin to see like the shapes start coming. Like, I remember it was like October, November, I began watching a lot of videos and going on chain and just going through all this new stuff. And there was talks of pDAI and Atropa and this developer, Mysterious, and what else was going on? There was a proof of work Bitcoin. There was, and there was some interesting channels, man. There were, I came across Coexistent Steven, and I'm sorry, there's somebody I'm forgetting in there, and then 9 Iron. There was just odd people at the time. Just seemed so odd that we're talking about in these ways that I didn't understand. But I watched the videos, and as crazy as I thought those people were, I just kept digging, and I began looking at things from okay, what's this person talking about? And looking on chain and then somehow something clicked. I don't know what it was exactly. And then I went back and even rewatched, November, December, and then I went, oh, okay, I don't get it, but I get it. Yeah, and that's good. That's what a paradigm shift is. It's when you kind of don't get it, but you get it. You get that the world you knew just ended. You get that. And a new world's beginning, and this new world is good. And that's where the new good news is. But you don't get exactly what it is because it's new. You're not supposed to. You don't. But you're here in it. You're in history. And Atropa is the Wall Street of crypto. And just like Wall Street, it was coming up, what was it, like the 1900s? All right. A lot of the rules and stuff we have came from that first crash in 29, the big one, but it had been around already. It was forming, and people didn't understand all the opportunity yet. It was still very emotional at the time. And I think that's what's about to happen now when this paradigm shift happens. People aren't going to understand it yet, but they're going to see the growth, and it's going to be staggering. It's going to be unbelievable. But before I get into all that great news about how unbelievable it's going to be, I want to show you what Wall Street is, so you understand what we're talking about when we say Atropa is the Wall Street of crypto. All right? This is Wall Street. All right? Now, let's go 4K. It's beautiful. It's an amazing city. Amazing place, financial district. My friends, I had a couple of friends who worked on the exchange back 12 years ago, 14 years ago, and one of them took me on the exchange. They got me in, got the security pass. It's an amazing experience. I've hung out down there and knew a lot of traders way back in the day. And something interesting about Wall Street is it's the fact that every dollar on earth goes through Wall Street. okay, it goes through this financial district in Manhattan, okay? And here's what's there, okay? You've got underwriters, okay? These people assume risk in the financial products, okay? They can collateralize it, they can hedge it, they can do different things with it, all right? Very important, okay? That allows other people to take tremendous risk, with ventures. Okay, that's one of the great things. One of the things that makes America great, because it allows people to take risks, unlike other countries that don't have that. And two, you've got financial services, and we know that those are your insurance, your lenders, your brokers, your investment houses, your hedge funds. All right, hedge funds of other hedge funds. All right. Three, you've got broker dealers. Okay, these people facilitate the trading. They grease the wheels. They can be third parties and things like that, okay, that facilitate transactions between people, okay? You've got investment banks. Investment banks, they assist clients with complex financial transactions, okay? And because you can imagine smart contracts and what have you, there's going to be complexities that just need to be handled by third parties, okay? So these are the investment banks. They're going to put together this whole program for you of how things are going to flow, okay, through the system, okay? Number 5, you have stock exchanges, okay? This is just simply a place where things are traded, all right? The New York Stock Exchange, what is it? You go and you place your trades there, okay? It's fancy but not fancy, all right? We take these things for granted now, but, it's a big part. Investment banks makes up half of Wall Street, okay? Stock exchanges, and investment banks, half of Wall Street, man, right there, all right? Just assisting clients and moving assets back and forth, okay? And 6 is money markets. These are the large volume trades between institutions, okay? So mostly in dollars, but any denomination, okay, any currency in the world. They're going to exchange value between themselves from one bank to another. These are huge sums of money that get transacted and moved to other countries, between corporations, you name it, okay? And this makes this giant web, okay? This giant web and network of people that are handling all the business that has to go through. And it's a big deal because it's trillions, okay? Trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars have to go through here. All right. Now, my friends who were in Manhattan, actually, a couple of them survived 2008, and they were in a hedge fund there. I've been to the hedge fund offices in Manhattan. I've been to a few. But now, one of my really close friends, their hedge fund has moved to Miami. And you guys know I've lived in Florida before, so that was really cool. And I've been to their hedge fund in Miami. It's very cool. Miami's been taken over. It's like the second Wall Street right now. Yeah, if anyone's ever been to Brickell and these areas, it's all hedge funds down there now. Sometimes I've gone with them to the office, and one guy will pull up in a Rolls Royce, and then another guy will show up in shorts and a skateboard. And then you'll find out he's the guy who's in charge of billions or something like that. And it's amazing. It's amazing what has to happen. It's incredible. Now, how does that mean Atropa is the Wall Street of crypto? Well, look, I'm going to go back a step, okay? I'm going to go back a step and explain to you where we've been in cryptocurrency so far, okay? Everything in Wall Street flows, all right? You guys understand, currency is the word current, okay? In the word itself, it implies flow, that there's value flowing, that there's a current, there's currency, and there's monetary movement, okay? Always. No money's ever sitting. Like my friends at this hedge fund, they call it flat or forward, all right? They're never losing money, and the money's always moving. Sometimes in crypto, we say why is somebody not holding? Why did this person jeet after 3x and move? Or why is a person jeeting and going somewhere else? Well, the fact is, real investors, they don't ever let money sit stagnant. That's a crypto thing we do. Crypto since 2009 has had like 90% stagnation and then 10% pumps. And I'm going to explain this to you so it's really easy to understand. So currency means it's flowing, right? So these people, when something is just sitting in the red, we're thinking, great, I'm accumulating, I'm waiting for it to move. But to somebody from Wall Street, that's stagnation, okay? And what happens in stagnant water that's not moving? That there's no current. Well, there's mosquitoes and algae, and it's crap. It's not water you want to go in. You want to go in moving water, right? That's flowing, all right? Why? Because it's clean, all right? So in crypto, we've had 90% stagnation since 2009, okay? And it's been filled with mosquitoes and algae and all kind of crap. And then we have these small pumps that we wait around for. But they don't do that because they don't hang around in stagnant water. They're always moving, always moving. It's always moving, okay? The current is always moving. There's velocity of the money, and it's moving. And the more velocity, the more powerful the current, the more powerful that economy. And Wall Street is powerful. They're amazing at it. They've done an incredible thing that's evolved out of that. All right. So it facilitates just what we have in the enterprises and businesses and Silicon Valley, and it allows so many things to happen. And they're always looking at how to grow that money and how to move it. It's stagnant here, I move it over here. It's going down there, I move it over here. And it's constantly moving, okay? And that's why when you see somebody, cheating in the red, it's not that they're doing that. They're just like my friends in hedge fund. They couldn't imagine sitting in something that's just sitting there. It has to be moving. It has to be moving, all right? And that's really important for a healthy economy, okay? And crypto right now has just been riding on top of the Wall Street or mostly the U.S. economy, okay, as we know it, okay? Because that's, the dollar and this is the driving force of the planetary economy that we know of, right? So if you look at the crypto market, we had Ethereum and smart contracts made, or even Bitcoin, nothing's connected to anything, right? It's not like Wall Street, like I explained to you, all these offices and hedge funds and insurance and risk management and securities exchanges and blah, blah, blah. Like we don't have that yet. We just have like, here's this token. Okay, it's bonded to a stable coin and maybe like one other thing. And if it pumps, it pumps. And then when it dumps, it dumps, And that's like penny stocks but that doesn't make a healthy economy. It doesn't make a healthy system. It's sick. Just like standing water, it's sick. Okay, and it's filled with fucking mosquitoes, right? You got to spray it with chemicals to keep it alive. Okay, so that's what we have right now. Nothing's connected to anything. Even Ethereum, as great as it is, what's it connected to? What's Solana connected to? Well, all these projects on Solana, what are they connected to? I'll tell you what they're connected to. The wallets of the developers, and that's it. No, nothing's interconnected. All right. Chainlink was supposed to start connecting things, but it's still a little ahead. We don't quite need that information yet. And the only reason is nothing's connected yet. All right. As soon as it is, the promise of that premise is going to come to be because we need to connect everything. But, there are smart people who have already thought about this. And I think they thought about this years and years ago. I really do. I really do. There's no way what I saw when I was really deep in it at the end of 2023 was something that just came up 2 years ago when I think somebody was thinking about this 6-7 years back. Okay. What if we create a system that replicates Wall Street, that constantly keeps a flow in the market, that keeps the current moving, that creates real currency, okay? What if we could do that? That's what somebody did. They thought it and they did it, and they called it Atropa, okay? They called it Atropa. Now, how's that Wall Street? Well, Atropa, somebody figured out, well, look, I got to replicate all these offices on Wall Street on the blockchain to keep value moving, to keep currency moving. Well, to do that, first of all, they needed $1. And they got that. All right? And that's pDAI. You see, pDAI and Atropa are together. Okay? And I hope some of you are starting to see this a little bit now. And they are what's riding under PulseChain. pDAI and Atropa. Okay? So you've got currency, you've got velocity of money, at least speculation. No one's done it before in cryptocurrency. But why? What's wrong with just pump and dumps? Because with the amount of currency that could potentially flow into crypto, if you build a place with a big enough reservoir that keeps that flow flowing in a current, it will naturally draw in and attract all the liquidity, the liquid, the fluid. Do you see how these words we use in finance are all water-based words? And where does water go? It goes to the sea. It goes to the largest pool. It goes to the basin that absorbs it all. Okay? All rivers flow to the sea. And this is the paradigm shift that I'm talking about. Okay? And it's about to happen right before our very eyes on PulseChain. And I want you to know that PulseChain is going to ride on top of this, okay? Because if PulseChain was just a layer 1, it wouldn't work, because the paradigm shift will pass it by. But because it itself is evolved into a new type of cryptocurrency, it's a system. pDAI, Atropa, PulseChain, and Ink. I'll talk about Ink later. It can be part of this transformation. The thing is, some of this sounds maybe crazy. Yeah. The truth is, some of the catalysts that are going to make all this possible aren't here yet. And I know the people that are behind this have thought of this too. So you have to be patient, because the catalysts are coming. And the catalysts are going to come one by one. Okay? And they're going to break down these dams. And the amount of flow that's going to come into cryptocurrency, you shouldn't be thinking in terms of like, when do I get my 20x, my 30x pump? You got to get rid of that thinking. You really do. Because I'm gonna end this video on this and do a part 2. But look, you constantly hear people saying like, this is the last bull run before regulation, No. You haven't seen a bull run yet. You have not even seen a bull run yet. When this flow begins, the velocity is going to drown us, all right? The water level is going to rise so fast. Man, forget your 30x. I don't even know what kind of numbers we're talking about. You need to be talking in exponential levels of growth like we've never seen before. A pump like you've never seen. You've never seen it before. That's why I said, those of you who understand this are going to do really well. Guys, this is really long. Stay tuned for part 2. I'm going to show you liquidity pools, and I'm going to show you some charts. All right, later.